You ever have one of those moments where you see something so small, so unexpected, but it sticks with you forever? Like it hits you right in the heart, and you can't stop thinking about it. That's exactly what happened to this guy when he saw a tiny bird stuck on the roof of a car in the dead of winter. Now, imagine this. It's freezing outside, snow on the ground. That sharp kind of cold that makes your fingers go numb in seconds. And there's this little bird gripping onto the roof of a moving car, helpless, scared, and completely unaware that it's speeding down the highway 30 miles away from home. Can you picture it? Can you imagine how terrifying that must be for such a tiny creature? A random passerby sees it and, instead of just brushing it off, he actually does something. He rushes over when the car finally stops, gently picks up this tiny, shivering bird and wraps it in his sweatshirt. And here's where it gets even crazier. This little bird, it's ice cold, completely stiff, like the dude thought it was gone. But he just holds it close, letting his body heat warm it up. And after a few minutes, something amazing happens. The bird moves. It starts breathing heavier. Its little claws twitch, and then, just like that, it blinks. Can you imagine the relief? That moment when you think something's lost. But then, boom, it's back. And then, after it finally regains its strength, he lets it go. And it flies away, like nothing ever happened. Now, that could have been the end of it. A cool story, a little moment of kindness, and life moves on. But this guy, he seems to have a thing for being in the right place at the right time. Because not long after, he comes across another animal in trouble. This time, it's a cat. A stray completely alone, and it's got a can stuck on its head. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen a cat freak out before, but let me tell you, when they're scared, they don't play around. This cat was flailing, bumping into things, completely disoriented and obviously terrified. It had no clue what was happening or how to get out of it. And this guy, he decides to help. Now, most people would have just walked past it, maybe felt bad, maybe taken a quick video for the internet, but actually stopping to do something, that's different. That takes effort. And let's be real, it's risky. Cats can be unpredictable. 1 second they want pets, the next second they're trying to claw your face off. So he kneels down, speaks softly, moves slow, letting the cat know he's not a threat. And here's the crazy part. The cat had every chance to run. It could have bolted at any second, but it didn't. It actually stopped. Like it knew. Like it understood that this guy was trying to help. And after a few tense moments, he manages to pull the can off. And instead of running away, the cat just sits there, staring at him, like really looking at him. And that was it. That was the moment. The moment where this scruffy, scared little stray decided to trust someone. And just like that, the guy takes it home, gets it checked out, makes sure it's okay, and then he keeps it, gives it a name, a home, a family. Imagine that, going from stuck in a can to sleeping in a warm bed, all because one person decided to care. But wait, it doesn't stop there. Because now we've got a dog in trouble. And this one's fighting for its life. It's trapped in a river. The current is insane, pushing it back no matter how hard it tries to swim forward. You ever been caught in water like that? Where you're trying to move, but the force is just too strong. It's terrifying, and for this dog, it was life or death. A few people see it, and they don't just stand there, they act. They form a human chain, gripping onto each other, stepping into the freezing water, risking their own safety just to reach this dog. Now picture this, water rushing, people struggling to hold on, the dog barely keeping its head above the surface. The tension is insane. Will they get there in time? Will the dog give up? But just when it seems like the current is too strong, someone grabs the dog's collar, and in that moment, everything changes. The dog, exhausted but still fighting, gets pulled to safety. It collapses on the ground, panting, shivering, but alive, because a group of strangers decided that its life was worth something. And the kindness doesn't stop there. In another part of town, a woman sees a bird struggling in the water. Now, most people wouldn't think twice. It's just a bird, right? But not her. She grabs a paddle, carefully tries to guide it to shore. And just when she's about to help it, ma'am, the bird panics, scratches her hand, draws blood. And you know what she does. She keeps going. Even in pain, even bleeding, she doesn't stop until that bird is safe. And then there's the hawk, a majestic, powerful creature. But this one, it's trapped, entangled in fishing line, completely helpless. And this guy, just a regular guy, not some expert, decides to step in. He doesn't know if the hawk's going to attack him, doesn't know if it even wants his help, but he doesn't think twice. And after what feels like forever, he finally sets it free. And just like that, it soars into the sky. Now, here's the thing. None of these people had to do anything. They could have ignored it. They could have walked away. But they didn't. And that's what makes this so powerful. Kindness isn't about grand gestures. It's not about being some hero in a movie. It's about the small moments, the choice to stop, to care, to help. And the truth is, you never know what kind of impact you might have. Maybe you save a life. Maybe you change one. Maybe you just make the world a little less cruel. So the next time you see something, an animal struggling, someone in need, ask yourself, will you be the one to help? Because at the end of the day, no act of kindness is ever wasted. And who knows, you might just end up with a new best friend. If this story moved you, if it made you think, even for a second, hit that like button. Share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you've ever helped an animal in need, I'd love to hear your story in the comments. Let's remind the world that kindness is still out there. And hey, if you want to see more stories like this, don't forget to subscribe. Because trust me, there's a lot more where this came from. Stay kind. See you next time.